All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel again. Appreciate all the love and support with you guys coming over. Got this video here from the Breakfast Club. It says, Diddy attorney asks judge to strike Kid Cudi's testimony. As we talked about last week, because we're in week 3 now, how all the racketeering and all that other stuff is finna start coming out. Now, you guys know I reacted to the video of Capricorn Clark pretty much backing Kid Cudi's story. So I'm going to see what the hell this is about. We ain't going to waste no more time. Just know I cannot show the video. I can only play the audio. I got some holes in my mouth. My sinus is all messed up. Post-nasal drip. This weird cough going on. But I'll be straight. Let's jump right into it.
Alrighty, y'all. So Diddy back in court again this week, but right now there's going to be some explosive testimonies today, including Capricorn Clark. That we will hear from a man named Lance.
Who is Capricorn Clark for people that don't know?
Capricorn Clark is a previous personal assistant of Diddy's, but she has come up. In this case, in this hearing, almost every single day that I've been there, because she was around and has witnessed so much. She is the woman that Kid Cudi alleges called her and said, hey, Diddy's at your house. She's the woman that is alleging that Diddy made her get in the car with him to go to Kid Cudi's house. She was, the person that knew about the burner phone that Cassie talked about, that she would talk to Kid Cudi on. She knows a lot of the things. And everyone has mentioned her. So now we will finally get to hear from her about her testimony, her experiences. But before we get there today, Diddy's team, Brian Steele, his attorney, is actually asking for Kid Cudi's testimony to be thrown out. What he's saying is that
Why?
Because so they're saying that it's unfair and it's legally irrelevant. They're saying, number one, that there's no proof of what Kid Cudi is saying, that everything is his opinion or what.
Okay. So as I talked about in the Capricorn Clark video, how devastating it was, because they're talking about there's no proof, there's no this, there's no that. And she basically backed Kid Cudi's story, because she was saying that Diddy came to her and said, we about to go in this N-word. Like she felt like she was saying she didn't want to go, but he had the gun, so she had to go. They went to the house and Diddy was like just pissed off. So yeah, them wanting him to strike this Kid Cudi testimony is wild after hearing what she had to say. Big time. I wonder if they're going to do a follow-up video.
He believes, but there's no evidence, there's no confession from Diddy, and there's no actual receipts.
There's no evidence, but it was a car that was blown up.
So I'm get to that part. So they're also saying that because he has no personal knowledge of seeing Diddy there himself,
no eyewitness,
it's all speculation. Now, to answer your question, you're talking about a car was blown up, so there should be DNA, there should be all these things, right? That's what you're asking?
No, that's not what I'm asking.
Well, if a car, what Diddy's team is saying is, if a car is blown up and you're going to say that Diddy was lying to you, because remember Kid Cudi said, I asked him about it and I knew he was lying to me. He said that on the stand. If you're going to say that, you need something hard to back that up.
Pause.
Exactly. To back it up. So you need you need something more. Like, we need more evidence. We can't just go off of what you think happened because of all these events that you just put together and said, you know what, he has to be responsible for it. That's what they're saying. Now, getting to the car. So Lance Jimenez, he is a City of LA Fire Department arson investigator. So he's going to get on the stand and testify to responding to the car arson of Kid Cudi's. And they're going to get into this whole DNA conversation, because Brian Steele, when Kid Cudi was on the stand, tried to get to the point that there was DNA found on a bottle in the car on Kid Cudi's Porsche that was blown up, and there was DNA evidence on that bottle that linked to a woman.
That makes no sense to me, because I saw people keep saying that on social media, and I'm like, what, y'all thought that Diddy threw the car, the bottle himself?
That's what I was going to say.
No.
You really think you're going to see, you think Diddy got out, cut open the top, and then dropped?
Yeah, I already knew. I was like, he probably had somebody doing it. Now, I'm just wondering. Said linked to a woman. I'm just hoping it's not something he had Capricorn do. You know what I mean? I mean, it's all going to end up coming out. But I was just thinking also, like, camera-wise, like, Kid Cudi said he could see that Diddy was in his house. So where like, they don't have that footage of that? Or didn't they show something? I think they did, right? Or am I tripping?
Is it in there?
You think Diddy got his hands dirty?
Like,
You think,
come on.
Like that's what y'all really think happened?
I mean, I think they're leaning into one of those. Well, for Diddy's team, they're going to lean into if the glove don't fit. Like, if you don't have the physical evidence that puts him there at the crime doing it, then what are we even talking about right now?
That's true. Unless it's a woman that comes out and says, "Hey, I was paid by Diddy to do X, Y,
Right.
Z."
Then that's a whole nother conversation. Now,
Hey.
here's the thing. So when the arson detective or investigator gets on the stand, the government is asking the judge to not allow Brian Steele, Diddy's attorney, to even be able to bring up that DNA. And the reason why they're asking that is because they're saying that even though he'll be able to testify that he responded and there were reports taken, he, according to this document that they submitted, the investigator says that they only recovered partial female DNA, and he can't speak to what partial female DNA even means. They also say that he did not personally collect the swabs. He didn't perform the testing himself, and he has no personal knowledge regarding the testing other than what was included in the report. And they're saying that the report basically is like, it's not a full report, so it doesn't talk about any other DNA that would have been possibly found. And they're alleging that this bottle could have went through multiple hands before it got to the car, where then the car was blown up. So
Was it a Ciroc bottle?
it just said like a glass, like a.
Was it a De
plastic-
Leon bottle?
They ain't say that. If it would have been that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have did that, I'm sure. And I'm sure Diddy didn't do it himself, so all the DNA just makes no sense. Like Charlamagne said, unless somebody's going to come out and say, Diddy paid me to do that, like, this is...
I'll tell you one thing, though. I'm surprised Diddy team ain't raising hell about Capricorn Clark taking the stand.
Oh,
But that starts today, right?
Capricorn Clark
Yes.
gonna bring it. I'm telling y'all right now.
people are.
Hey, knowing what we know, the fact that I already reacted to that, yeah. Woo-wee. That's why I said it was devastating. Devastating testimony. I'm gonna read the comments after this to see if people are talking about her.
If you've been paying attention to this case, even though you might not know her as like a celebrity name,
Right.
people are really looking forward to her testimony because she has a lot that she can speak to. They're gonna want to lean into conversation about his Diddy's alleged jealous rages that he would go when it came to Cassie, the Kid Cudi stuff that we just talked about. There were instances with the woman Gina that Diddy used to date, that another personal assistant said that he witnessed that made him allegedly quit, and he said he went to Capricorn Clark and told her, hey, I'm quitting because this is what I just saw. So Capricorn Clark is a very important witness for both sides because she has seen a lot, and if you can debunk a lot of what she's going to say, you can prove either Diddy right or wrong. And if you can get her on the stand and she fills in a lot of the holes that we've been hearing.
She was Diddy's assistant, right?
She was one of Diddy's. He had like 4 or 5 assistants, but she was one. It seems like she was like the go-to for a lot of things. She
Well, day
also
one.
there were conversations that Cassie mentioned on the stand where she was involved in like the whole like escorts and getting them to different places allegedly and all these things. So
Did we ever find out if these people who are testifying for prosecution are getting immunity?
So I was told by a source that there are conversations about that. And then one of the personal assistants that was on the stand, his name was George Kaplan. He said, I don't want to be here. I still love Diddy, even though this is a very complicated relationship. And they asked him, well, why are you here? Are you receiving some sort of like immunity? He didn't say yes, definitely, but he said that there was a conversation with his attorney, but he couldn't recall the conversation.
Because
that is the closest I've gotten to an answer.
If you're giving all these people immunity, of course they're going to say what they want to say because they're not going to be charged, right? They're more likely to...
And that's very important because we talked about who else is going to go down with him, right? And from the looks of it, it seems like a lot of these people were like, especially here in Capricorn Clark, was like forced to do things, So my whole thing is like, of course you got the parties, and we talked about the levels, like who did what to what level. If you're just doing grown stuff with grown people, ain't nothing wrong with that. But when the illegal stuff started to come and take place, like were people forced to do that, or it was just something that they wanted to do? You know, when you look at Capricorn Clark, what she testified, you know, it looks bad for Diddy. And she may be getting immunity because she was there and she witnessed things, but Diddy had a strap on him. You know what I mean?
Present for the prosecution team than the defense if you're going to give me immunity.
Yes and no, because I mean, if you're immune, you just say whatever. Who's going to do something to you?
You know what I was wondering too? How many of these people were actually Diddy's co-defendants, but then they flipped before trial? Because you know it's a RICO, right? So when it's a RICO, it got to be more than one person. I wonder how many of these people were actually his co-Ds, but then they decided to give testimony against him.
Well, I would assume a lot. Even with Cassie, I mean, anybody that's involved. Maybe CC with Capricorn Clark, maybe James Cruz, whatever.
CC's Capricorn Clark.
Oh.
See, it's CC and KK.
Who's KK?
Christina.
It's too many KKs, CCs.
It's a lot of. He had a lot
When
of
is
big
Booty
team.
gonna hit the stand though?
Who?
Booty.
Because the booty ain't hit the stand. It's only
Not
week
me
3.
Googling. I went to Google booty witness thing. Like, did I miss a witness? Don't drive me
You had
crazy.
Punisher on the stage. You had what's the other one's name on the stage?
That was Booty, yeah.
That was Booty.
Yeah, but that's the booty that just was there to participate. I'm talking about the booty that got penetrated. I know that's coming soon.
Christina
man.
Karan is another person that's KK, and then CC is Capricorn Clark. And you really had me looking up booty because I'm like, well, how did I miss booty?
How did I miss Booty?
There's more to this because Dawn Richard, you guys remember she took the stand?
Yes.
Now, Q from Making the Band has come out with some claims against her and all of this as well
Did
too.
you
But
tell us why he was crying yet?
he
Yes.
did tell us why he was crying, but we need to bring it back in the next hour because there's audio and I want to make sure that we can play. But he finally revealed why he was crying about Puff and why he was up allegedly and why. Remember he was up here. He said y'all gonna find out later. He didn't want to talk about it, so we'll get into it at the top of the next hour.
All right, we'll get to that next. Charlamagne, who you giving your Booty to? You don't.
Yeah, again, knowing what we know, like I said, this in my other video, very, very devastating for Diddy because she backed up everything. Let me go to the newest comments. Let me see. People just trolling in the comments. Really not. It's just a lot of people being funny with the comments. Whatever. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna strike his testimony. I mean, she already said what she said, but you guys comment on what y'all think about this whole situation with the car. You know, a lot of times people won't get their hands dirty, the people at the top, but people will have their like team, people would say their minions or their whatever do things. Because from what Capricorn Clark said, you know, you had even security there while Diddy was doing things to Cassie and not intervening, man. That's just wild to me. Just wild. But hey, like, share, comment below. Peace out.